Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Susan, and I will be taking you through liquidity pool number 3. Now we are ready for liquidity pool number 3, and I'm really excited about this. So far, our pools are doing well, and I would like to thank everyone who has participated in this journey of creating liquidity pool for UBN. So far, we also have individuals who have been creating their own liquidity pools, and we are very excited because of those people, because this is a major milestone for Ubricoin. And as far as we are going forward, this will make UBN liquid in the market, and we really appreciate you guys for doing this. And for those people who have joined liquidity pool number 3, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. So today I'll be creating liquidity pool number 3. And before we create liquidity pool number 3, it's good we see how the previous liquidity pools are doing. So I'll go to liquidity pool number 1 and 2. We see how they are doing, and then we are going to proceed in creating liquidity pool number 3. And before I proceed, I would also want to mention that the liquidity pool number 3 will be using Trust Wallet that is in the phone, so that we can also see the process of how to create a liquidity pool using your phone without necessarily creating a MetaMask wallet. So if you have a Trust Wallet, this will be your opportunity to create a liquidity pool in your wallet. So I'm going to share my screen. So I'll share my screen for liquidity pool number 1 and 2, and then I'll proceed to share the process of how to create liquidity pool number 3 on your Trust Wallet. So I'll share my screen. I hope you can see my screen now. And here, I had already connected my wallet. I had already opened Uniswap because we have gone through these severally before. So you just search Uniswap and then you go to manage. If you have a liquidity pool, you'll be able to see it there. So this is liquidity pool number 2, and maybe we can start with the liquidity pool number 1 because that is where we started. Let me switch these accounts and put a liquidity pool number 1 on the screen. So what you need to do, and always remember, when you want to connect your MetaMask to Uniswap, you click on this icon. This is where you see your MetaMask extension. So click on MetaMask, and then you're going to switch. I'm going to switch the pools, the accounts. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to choose liquidity pool number 1. So this is liquidity pool number 1, and you can see it has already changed to, it has taken the second account. This is liquidity pool number 1. And as usual, we are going to go through these. Your total pool tokens is 1,816. And then we have pooled ETH is 0.351045. And then pooled UBNs is 95 million. Okay, 95.8 million UBNs. And your pool share is 6.90%. Remember, every time that we are creating new pools, these percent will continue changing. It will change depending on how many people are getting into the pools. So I'm going to proceed to analytics. These are analytics for liquidity pool number, let me see. Yes, these are analytics for liquidity pool number 2. I had opened these, but for you to go to analytics, you just click on view accrued fees and analytics. That is where you click so that you can see more analytics for liquidity pool. And here you will be able to see what is the worth of your liquidity pool. And you can see here the liquidity pool, this for liquidity pool number 1, and you can see here liquidity pool including fee. It's all, your wallet or your liquidity is worth $1,538. So that is the worth of this liquidity pool. And below here you can see the activities that have been happening in this liquidity pool. So you can see this graph, there have been action in the liquidity pool, so you can see. And this is the same for this graph will appear the same for every liquidity pool. So you can see that there have been some action in the liquidity pools, and this is what we encourage people to do. So make sure that you also go into the pools and buy some UBN so that you can see some actions in this pool. And the beauty of this is even if you go yourself to buy UBNs in the liquidity pool, you're also helping yourself to earn some interest, because at the end of the day, whatever you're paying or whatever you're sending, the liquidity pool will go to your a pool that you have a share of. So make sure that you go there to create those liquidity pool and also to buy some UBNs. So the other thing, maybe we go through the liquidity pool number 2. So that is liquidity pool number 1, and we have seen how it has been doing, and we can see it has been doing good because we have when we started, we can see below here we put let me see, we put $989 in this liquidity pool, and so far we have our pool value is $1,538. That is an increase on what we put in. So the other thing, so we go to pool number 2. So I'm going to switch the accounts from pool number 1 to pool number 2. So to do that, I'll just click here and select liquidity pool number 2. And you can see here it has already changed to liquidity pool number 2. So your total pool token is 6,378. This doesn't change unless you add liquidity. You click here and add some liquidity to this pool, but this doesn't change so long as this pool has not been added. Your total pool tokens do not change. So the pool ETH is 1.23264, and remember here what we put in this liquidity pool was 1 ETH. So you can see we already have more ETH in this pool, and the pool, the UBN, remember we put, I think it was 41 or 44 million UBNs, but now we have 33 million UBNs, meaning that people have bought UBNs from the pools. And remember, every time that a transaction happens, they take small amounts of each pool. So you can see there are some UBNs that have been deducted here, but we also have some that have been added into the pool. So if we go to the analytics, view accrued fees and analytics, this will take us to liquidity pool number 2 analytics. And I want us to see the value of our pool. The value of our pool is $5,400. And you can see when we started this, we put in $2,000. So you can see the pool has already gained like $3,000. That is just amazing. It's just amazing, the opportunity that this liquidity pools holds. So do not be left behind. Make sure that you go there, do your own pool, make your own pool, and you can follow the videos for you to create a pool, or if you have any questions, you can always call the office so that we can guide you on how to create your own pool. So that is it for the pools. And now I'm going to go back to, we are going to proceed and see how to create a liquidity pool using the Trust Wallet. It's as easy as creating liquidity pools using MetaMask. I think that it's even easier because with the Trust Wallet, it's just clicking on the DApp. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, but now I'm going to share my phone so that you can see the process of how to create a liquidity pool using your phone. So this is my phone, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on Trust Wallet here. This Trust Wallet, I had already opened pool number 3 wallet, and this is our liquidity pool number 3 wallet, and we have 1.2015 ETH. That was the contribution that people did. That was what we received from people who are in liquidity pool number 3. Then we got the UBNs from the office. So this is something that you want to keep in mind, that these UBNs, we got them from the office. So remember that this, because when you're creating a pool, you need two coins. You need ETH and you need UBNs. So you keep that in mind, that the UBNs, we got them from the office. So what you need to do when you get to your wallet, after you make sure that you have Ethereum and you have Ubricoin, you want to click on the apps. When you click on the apps, you go to Uniswap interface. This is going to open the page where you're going to create liquidity. And when you're doing this, you would have calculated the number of UBNs you need and the number of ETH you need. So what I'm going to do, I had calculated, and that's why I sent that amount of UBN. I calculated and saw that that's the amount of UBN I'll need to create the liquidity pool using 1.2 ETH. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a pool of 1 ETH, and then you can see it autofills the amount of UBNs that we need in this pool. So I'm going to leave the 0.2 to cater for the fees for creating the pool, and maybe there will be some ETH that will remain on the other side on the wallet itself, but that's okay. So after you do this, you just click on approve UBN. When you click on approve UBN, it's going to redirect you to your Trust wallet. After it redirects you to Trust wallet, you can see today's network fee is a little bit cheap because you are paying $9 to approve this transaction. So you just click on approve, and then you wait for the transaction to be approved, then you proceed to the next step. So the transaction has been approved, and our next step is now to supply the liquidity pool. So to supply, you just click on supply. After clicking on supply, you have to confirm your supply, and you can see we will receive 5,174 LP tokens, ETH UBN pool tokens. And then you can see we are depositing approximately 27 million UBNs, and the rate is 1 ETH is equivalent to 27,031,310,000 UBNs. So we are going to click on confirm supply, and our pool share will be 16.47%. So after you click on supply, it's going to take you to Uniswap, or rather it is going to take you to the Trust wallet, and here you're going to pay some fee to approve. And you can see the fee is too low. Actually, compared to what we have been paying, we are paying $4 to approve this transaction. So you're just going to click on approve, and then we wait for this transaction to be approved so that we can proceed to the next step. But basically, after this transaction is approved, our liquidity pool will have been created. So we wait for some minutes, and you need to be patient with these processes because sometimes it takes a lot of time. But we are going to just wait for a few minutes. So that transaction took some time before it got approved, and actually I had to do another transaction. As you can see here, we have one pending transaction. So I had to do a transaction on top of that because this one pending transaction has taken too long, and I think the gas fee was too low. So I had to even change the gas fee to now I paid $40 as compared to what I had put in this transaction, which was $4. So I have paid a transaction fee of $40. That is approximately 4,000 Kenya shillings. That is what it has costed me to create this pool. So what will happen to the pending transaction? It will be cancelled after some time. But as you can see, I have already created, I did another transaction and it was approved to supply, and you can see now we already have a pool. As you can see here, we have your position. Our position is ETH/UBN. We have 5,211 ETH UBN LP tokens, and your pool share is 15.573839% of the whole pool. And then we supplied 1 ETH, 0.00701, and the number of UBNs we supplied is 27 million Ubricoins. So this is the process of how you can create liquidity using your Trust wallet. Is as simple as that, though you need to be very patient with the transaction because sometimes it takes time. So you can create the liquidity pool, click on supply, and then wait for transaction very patiently to be approved. And Then we are going to create a liquidity for Ubricoin, because that is what is remaining for Ubricoin, for us to create liquidity so that the project or the Ubricoin can move into a different level. We want to encourage everyone that this is an amazing opportunity. Do not be left behind. Do not do this when everyone else have already done it. Be among the first people who are creating this, because as you can see, as we are continuing creating more pools, it means that the number of UBS, the number of ETH in the pool will be high. And that will also mean that your share, if for example, today you came in and created a pool like we have done here of 1 ETH and also 27 million UBNs. This is 15.57%. When we created the first pool and we used 0.6 ETH and I think 41 million UBNs, was no, 4.4 million UBNs. Back then we had 100% of the share pool, but this now we have created we have used 1 ETH and we are 15.57% of the liquidity pool. It means that this is the percent of the fee that you are going to get, of the interest that you are going to get. So when you get into this pools array, it means that you will be getting the interest. The interest will be higher as compared to when the number of people who have created the pools are too many. So make sure you take this opportunity and get involved in creating liquidity pools. So thank you again for supporting this course. We really appreciate you. We thank you. And let's continue learning. As we continue learning, because when we get to a point where we have a lot of UBNs in the market, a lot of ETH in the market, it will mean now we can find ways to use even the LP tokens for you to earn more interest. So we'll be doing this, we'll be doing research and we will keep you updated on how your pools are doing. So thank you so much. Until next time, it's goodbye.